Hey guys, Silverbeam of Silverbeam Dolls here, bringing to you a fun little 3D modeling demonstration. So as you can see, I've got Lightwave opened up. That is the modeling software that I use. And up here in the corner, I've got the headband from Naruto, an anime. I'll be making this item for you to show you how it's done and teach you a little bit so you can even make it yourself. So I threw the image up in the background here. I just pressed D to open my display window. I went to the backdrops tab and I went under, made sure top left, whatever window you want to do, top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. And then I went and it loaded that image and then sized it down here to the size that I needed it to be. Since these will be 3D modeled, it's important to get the size right. So go ahead and check measurements. For example, if you're making something for a doll, print it out, just a regular sheet of paper, and then put it up to your doll and seeing if that's a good size. That'll work for you. Okay, so we're going to start off in our crate tab up the top left here. We're going to go down to box. And we are going to click and pull. And I'm going to press N, which is opens our numeric window. So I can get in some exact measurements and see exactly what those measurements are. Again, since we are 3D printing, it's a little more important than just eyeballing it. For example, I think I want to make it about 5. No, that's too much. 3, probably 3 millimeters thick. So I will go down here. If that's the right. No, that's not the right window. Okay. Basically, I'm going to make my box approximately 3 centimeters wide for an MSD headband. And then I'm going to make it approximately, make that a little thinner, 2.5 millimeters thick and 12 millimeters high or tall. And there is an inbuilt tool so we can round the corners already without having to go in and model that. And it's down here in our radius segments, in our radius. You can see in our preview window, going ahead and doing that. We want give it just enough to make it all nice and smooth so that when it prints we don't have these angular lines. And I wouldn't mind a little rounder, so let's try 2 millimeter for our radius. That looks pretty good. So we'll go ahead, now that we've got the dimensions how we like it, we'll go ahead and press enter. Now to make, not shown in this little preview, but if you notice, Naruto has got like 3 rivets on the side of the headband. So we will go ahead and do that. We will go again to create a ball. And you can see our numeric window is showing that. So now this is the radius, so if you want like the diameter, just times that by 2. So this ball is actually 1 millimeter diameter, which is a little small, so we're gonna go a little up. I'm gonna go to 1 millimeter and see how that looks. It's not too big. A little big, so that ends up being 2 millimeters. But we don't want the features to disappear when it gets printed, so we will go ahead and leave it at 2 millimeter for our diameter. And we can go in there and add more geometry as well in that tool, but the default settings will do alright. And the middle one is the outside, and the other two are slightly inward. Now, obviously, this image here is a screenshot, and they did a little perspective. It's curved, so. And to make more of them, we're just gonna Control C and Control V, which is your copy paste. And then we move that down. And a little more. And we're gonna move that just a little in. And what we're gonna do is we're going to go to Multiply tab up here at the top. And we are going to mirror Z. And that'll mirror exactly it. So it looks like we don't have things exactly centered, so that's gonna end up actually being off center. So we need to center our item first. Oops. And I have symmetry on. Turn that back off. That's what was going on. That's a whole nother lesson. Okay, now that things are nice and centered, we will do that again. Mirror Z. And then we will go ahead and select all three. We hold down our shift and then select, and then the bracket symbol makes me select everything that is attached to the polygons that I selected. So that's what I did right there. And then we're going to mirror X. And now we have the rivet / bolts, as you can see. Now to do the symbol there, we're gonna go to a different layer up here on the top right. And select to a different layer, these little icon boxes. And we're gonna go back to our Create tab in the top left, and in our tools, we are going to go to Line Draw. It's kind of like vector drawing, like a pen tool. And you can see it's very similar. And we are just going to trace symbol, keeping things all nice. Keeping the shape properly done there. Adjusting as we go. Try not to use too many points or more than is necessary. But being consistent with our shape. And you can see it over here to the right as well to help guide you. Because sometimes with the image, it's hard to see just how well you're doing. And I will put one dot on top of each other to get perfectly straight because it automatically wants to bend between points. So to get a nice sharp edge or corner, I will put point on top of each other. And you can actually use, since we are doing the same shape, but inside, use that as guide there. Where your other points are. Don't lose your place. And I'm going to go down to my numeric window and click on closed curve, and it will automatically close that up for me. I'm going to zoom in just a little. Just a little. There we go. And we can't go into this yet. We will get that in just a minute. But we're gonna take a look, see if there's any areas that need to be adjusted. Look, not quite right. And I think that's about good. So we're gonna go and press enter. Alright. Now we're gonna go ahead and copy and paste. And then we are going to go to our multiply tab and we are going to extrude here and bring that up, make sure it's straight. And it's hard to tell because it automatically did the actually to get that we're gonna freeze it first. Struct freeze that fix extrude. There we go. Wasn't doing a surface there. And you can see we've got our shape. We're gonna go in and do the inner. And we're gonna create it the same way with our spline draw. Again, closed curve. Freeze, multiply, extrude. We're actually going to make it taller than our other one. And you can see the polygons are actually I press F to flip them because they were the wrong direction. bring that down. Okay, we're going to copy and paste. And we're gonna go save before we do this next bit because it likes to crash on this kind of thing. This is a more complicated tool. Alright, so we have first part in one layer and the second part in a separate layer, and we click the bottom right so that we see it in the background. And what we're going to do, we're going to go to Construct tab up here at the top, and we're going to go press Boolean. And we want to subtract this shape in the background from the shape we have currently selected. So press OK. And then we're going to press, and it looks like it cut the shape out. We're going to press M to merge points, because right now it cut it out, but it's not one solid model yet. So that'll merge. 100 points eliminated. So now we have that. Now we have it as one solid file, and we can check that, and yep, everything's selected. Okay, so now that we have that, we're gonna do the same thing to our mask here. I'm going to make it a nice deep cut. Again, we're gonna go ahead and save. And put it in the background. Alright, and construct Boolean subtract. And it doesn't look like it worked that time. Pretty intricate shape. It's there though. I'm gonna select just this polygon and try again. It's a shape with so many points, it's really having trouble doing it right. So there's another way that we can do that. We are going to go construct, I believe it's in the construct tab. Let's drill, stencil, Y, because it's on, the shape is on the Y axis. Surface, new. I don't see it. Well, if you want it a raised item, then that'll work. You've got your item there. We wanted it shaded though. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna paste it. So you're getting more of a tutorial on what to do when things don't want to work for you. Okay, I'm gonna try stenciling again. And there we go. It's stenciled in Pro. Really just not liking this shape, guys. I will have to play with it and get back to you probably. That's what I'll have to do. Alright guys, I will have to get back to you on that one. Figure out how to get that shape to do appropriately. But, stay tuned. Hey guys, I am back. It's been a little more time trying to figure out how to get this to work. I knew what was going on, and so I just needed to tweak it to figure out what was the best fix. Basically, there was just so many points going on in our symbol here that the software was really having a hard time trying to calculate and get that geometry to do what it's supposed to. So basically I went in, and since this is such a small object, it's not going to matter too much that we took out so many points. But I went in, and you can still see that the shape is still pretty well kept, even after I deleted at least half the points, and it works. So this is what, so if you're slicing and your Boolean's not working, go in and try to decrease your geometry as much as possible that you can get away with, and that'll help. And this is quite a strange, intricate shape, so that is the only real problem I find with this. My only real critique about Lightwave is it doesn't, this particular tool doesn't do as well as I would like. Okay, so basically we have just the one-sided polygon of the symbol in the background, and we have it above our geometry here, and we are going to go to the construct tab, and we are going to do drill, not solid drill, and difference between drill and solid drill, it gives us the XYZ axis in our settings here. So it will drill, or we have it actually set to stencil along the y-axis. So any geometry in this y-axis will now have this stencil on it. So we will go ahead and press OK, and you can see the symbol popped up right there. And when I select it, only the symbol is selecting. And you can see it's also on the back as well in reverse. Now if I only wanted you know, that polygon, we'll go ahead and do that. Select that polygon only, and then go ahead and drill. And you can see it's only on one side this time. So we're going to select it. We're going to press E, which is extrude. We did that tool earlier. And then you can see it is now making that indent that we wanted. And then of course, since we are 3D printing it, make sure there's at least a millimeter, which there is. So we can go actually a little deeper, like that. And now we have our shape there. And that's what it looks like. And we're going to go ahead and grab the rivets that we had from earlier. Find the right layer that it's on. There we go. Got too many things on too many different layers. And that needs to go up. And these balls are actually a little higher than our other ones. Alright, so there you go, guys. There is the Naruto headband. And then you would make export that, or get that file as a collada or an STL or whatever your 3D printing software type of file it can do. looks like I might have, you know, and do all of your, any extra checks that you might need to do to make sure that it is 3D printable. And that is how to model your lightweight, in Lightwave, the Naruto headband, ninja headband. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It is brought to you by my Patreon account for all of the backers and patrons that help me to be creative and provide the means for me to do so. And for those people, I sincerely thank you for all of the help that you have given me. I will put their names in the credits for all my backers and down below. And please check out any of the links, the Patreon link and any other links that I have down there. Feel free to ask me any questions or give me any comments or any suggestions for other videos and tutorials that you would like to see. Thanks again, guys, and you guys have a great day.